If you'd rather fake a phone call, pretend you forgot something in your car, or genuinely consider moving cities just to avoid a crowded place, congratulations! Your brain just did a threat assessment in under half a second and chose peace. While everyone else is yelling, "The energy here is insane!" Your nervous system is whispering, "This is how people end up emotionally exhausted for 3 days." And no, you're not dramatic. You're not broken. You're not antisocial. You're just operating with a brain that actually notices what's happening. Here's the uncomfortable truth most people don't want to hear. Crowded places aren't chaotic. They're information-dense, and your brain doesn't moot information. It absorbs it, all of it, at once. Let's start with number 1, because this is where everything begins. Your brain does not have a spam filter. Most people walk into a crowded room and their brain deletes 80% of what's happening. Background noise? Gone. Random movements? Ignored. Emotional tension? Suppressed. Your brain? Screenshot, save, analyze, cross-reference. It's not that you're sensitive, it's that your perception is set to high resolution. Everyone else is watching life in 480p. You're stuck in 8K IMAX with surround sound and no pause button. Psychologists call this sensory processing sensitivity. Translation: your nervous system processes more input per second than average. Every laugh, every tone shift, every flicker of light, every micro-expression gets registered. And in a crowd, that input multiplies fast. 10 people becomes 100 signals. 100 signals becomes overload. Not because you can't handle life, but because your brain is doing exactly what it evolved to do: detect patterns and assess safety. Which leads us to number 2. You don't hate people, you hate performative environments. Crowds are full of masks. The "I'm having so much fun" mask. The "I'm totally listening" mask. The "I belong here" mask. And the problem is, you can see straight through all of them. Your brain doesn't just hear words, it reads subtext, body language, energy mismatches, the conversation beneath the conversation. That's exhausting, not because you're judgmental, but because your brain refuses to lie to you. Research consistently shows that people who prefer low-stimulus environments score higher in emotional awareness. You're not socially awkward, you're socially precise. You'd rather have one honest conversation than 20 fake ones. Small talk in a crowded room feels like chewing cardboard while everyone else insists it's gourmet. Now, number 3 is where neuroscience enters the chat. Dopamine, the chemical of reward and excitement. For crowd-loving people, crowds trigger dopamine, novelty, energy, social stimulation. Their brain lights up like a casino. Yours does not. Your brain runs primarily on acetylcholine. That's the neurotransmitter associated with deep thinking, reflection, creativity, and focus. It rewards quiet clarity, not chaos. So when you're alone, walking, reading, or sitting in silence, your brain is thriving. When you're in a crowd, your brain isn't getting rewarded, it's getting taxed. This is why people say, "Come on, it'll be fun," and you think, "Fun for who?" You're not missing a reward, your brain just doesn't pay out for that activity. Number 4. Emotional absorption. This one is huge. You don't just experience your own emotions, you accidentally download everyone else's. Crowds are emotional Wi-Fi routers. Anxiety, excitement, tension, insecurity, ego. You pick it up without consent. Mirror neurons in your brain fire constantly, reflecting what others feel. Spend 2 hours in a crowded space and you're not tired, you're emotionally overdrawn. That's why you need recovery time, not sleep. Silence, space, stillness. Your nervous system needs to return to baseline after carrying emotions that weren't yours to begin with. And the irony, this same trait makes you deeply empathetic. People feel understood around you. They open up. They say, "I don't know why I'm telling you this." It's because your presence feels regulated. You notice, you listen, you hold space. Now, number 5, and this is where identity shifts. You're not avoiding life, you're choosing depth over noise. Modern culture confuses loud with meaningful and busy with successful. Crowds create the illusion of aliveness, but you figured something out early that most people learn late. Silence isn't empty, it's informative. Solitude isn't loneliness, it's calibration. You don't fear missing out, you understand opportunity cost. Every crowded event costs energy, and you spend that energy where it actually returns something: insight, creativity, connection, peace. That's not avoidance, that's self-trust. Here's the part people won't admit. Many crowd-obsessed people use noise to escape themselves. Silence forces reflection. Stillness brings unanswered questions to the surface. You don't run from that, you sit with it. That's strength disguised as a preference. So when someone says, "Why don't you go out more?" what they're really asking is, "Why don't you regulate your nervous system the way I do?" And that's not a flaw, that's difference. You're not broken, you're not boring, you're not antisocial. You're built for clarity in a world addicted to stimulation. And once you see that, you stop trying to fix yourself. You start protecting your peace.